Hello, friends. Welcome back to Sunday Shenanigans with me, your host, Trevor Stewart 1308. And we are here with the ASOC Prod Cat and Pink Corgi and Corgi Puppy. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Uh, Pink Corgi and Corgi Puppy are in the background and maybe in and out. Is that about the
That
size of
is.
it? All right.
That is.
Well, let's start with today's ad read. Today's pre-rolls brought to you by The Hidden Leaf, downtown Charlottesville, 105 West Main Street on the downtown mall, above the brick, Suite 200. A great place to go with some great buds to get some great buds. A bud, and the only thing better than their bud is their customer service. They also have the lowest prices in town, according to my own personally highly biased research, by which I mean I was incredibly high when I did my biased research. Don't forget to check the website for times and events. The website is thehiddenleafcville.com. That's thehiddenleaf, CVILLE, all one word, .com, where you can find events such as Frosty Fridays, where you can find our other two sponsors. Firehouse, where there's smoke, there's Firehouse, and Kush Gang, purveyors of fine edibles and drinkables. A quick note of disclaimer: this is probably going to be a politically oriented show. Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR is generally a politically oriented show. So, we will probably be expressing political opinions. Those opinions belong to the expresser of the opinion, the channel, and possibly the parent company, but do not necessarily belong to any of our sponsors, such as The Hidden Leaf, Firehouse, or Kush Gang. All right, I got through the entire thing that time.
You did. You did. You're doing so well. And I feel very silly saying that, but I mean it.
It's for not having it written down and for having it have evolved.
A lot.
A lot. I do feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. Repeating it over and over again helps.
Mm-hmm.
You
It
know,
does.
it takes a while for me to memorize my lines anyway. Like when I was an actor performing on stage, that was the biggest problem for me
Mm-hmm.
was
Getting.
performance, not just performance, but remembering lines.
Oh,
There we go. I almost forgot to share the screen.
thank you.
Yay! So on Wait, Don't Tell Me today, their special guest is Allie the Piper,
Huh.
who
Is that
I know.
the girl? Yeah, that's the rock and roll girl Piper,
Yep,
I think.
I guess. I know nothing about her.
I know I've seen her stuff on YouTube, I believe.
Okay,
And if she is the one that I am thinking of, because
probably.
there's been a couple different artists with different instruments. If she's the one I'm thinking of, she did like a either a Metallica
Probably
or
Metallica.
she did a cover of a larger band song all on bagpipes, and um, someone in her comments was really rude about it, and the band themselves came in and got on the troll for it, and then invited her to come to their next show when they were in her area.
Probably Metallica, because it mentions that she's going to talk about meeting Metallica.
Sounds good.
Yep. I read the blurb. I cheated. Well, all right. Let's go ahead and get into this, shall we?
Okay, we shall.
There we go. Yeah, see, this week, bagpipe superstar Allie the Piper joins panelist. Oh, Allie the Piper talks annoying her neighbors and making friends with Metallica.
So yeah, that sounds like the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
The video that I saw, she did really. I mean, it was kind of a I'm doing this in my backyard thing with my cell phone recording, and she was awesome, and she hadn't had as much practice with the song as I'm sure she does now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I I love that YouTube is YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram are a place for people, very talented musicians, to get discovered. I'm I'm a little salty because I am not talented. You know,
Yeah,
I am. I can't just set up a cell phone and play or sing and have it work.
yeah.
I have such a lack of talent that I lean very heavily on a lot of electronic help.
Hmm.
Um, high production, high production, not necessarily quality or value, but there's just a lot of production that goes into it.
I
Um,
mean, true. But on the other hand, if you were as talented and you could just straight up play an instrument, you still have the same production labor. It's just something that it would have gone on before you got to the camera because you'd have spent hours and years learning and making that talent good enough.
oh, I've already put in that production labor too. It's not like I didn't spend years learning A, music and music theory, B, how to play guitar, how to play piano, and how to sing. It's just I'm not very I'm getting better at learning to write music, even though, I'm always getting better at that. I've been doing it for 30 years and I'm still getting better. Still not
Well,
good. But I'm also, I hit a point where no matter how much time I put into learning musicianship, I just wasn't getting any better. I couldn't get any better. Um, and it
you
just
hit that
is.
plateau point.
That plateau point assumes that there's going to be another get better at some point, and there never was. I hit a glass ceiling. I hit my ceiling of talent. So it's not,
Well,
I at that point I started working with what I had. It's like, okay, I've got this much talent and I've got this much production skill. Let's lean into what I've got.
hmm
And it's not, I'm really happy for these people who do make it and don't have to put in near the amount of production effort and rely on near the amount of outside help. I'm also very glad that this other stuff exists so that the barriers are low enough for people like me to be able to be creative.
yeah. Uh,
I'm always going to be salty about my lack of talent. I'm always,
Understandable.
that's it's just always going to be a thing that gnaws at me. Just just because it's something I want and I'll never be able to have, I'll never be able to do. But it's not, it doesn't, it won't break me to not have it. It's just annoying. You know?
Yeah.
Part of life is learning to deal with what you can do and can't do. And learning to make do with what you have. And, you know, I wouldn't make the music I make or make the art that I make if I didn't have to work so hard for it. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Well, all right, there we are. Let's, now that we've discussed all of that, let's go ahead and get started.
Off into the weird topics. Well, not weird topics.
I mean, it's us, you
non-scheduled
know.
topics.
Oh, hey, Jasmine Crystal.
Good morning, Crystal.
You know, and it's only been a little over 20 minutes, so it's not like, it's not
Last
like
week?
right. We're not terribly off topic.
Yet. There's still time.
Happy Sunday, Just Me Crystal. There's still plenty of time. All right. Here we go.
This message comes from Vital Farms, who works with small American farms to bring
Forgot
you
to hit that
pasture-raised
button.
eggs. Click the play button to hear from pasture-raised
Can
egg
everybody
farmer
hear
Tanner
it?
Pace, who shares the
We can hear
sights and sounds
and
he and
now
his
we can
hens
only hear
experience
it
on
and
the
not
rolling
the echo.
hills of his family farm in southern Missouri.
What was that?
So we can hear it and not the echo now.
Yeah. Okay, good.
This message comes from NPR sponsor.
From NPR and WBEC Chicago, this is
Wait,
don't
tell
tell
me.
the NPR News Quiz. I'm the voice so strong it can open that jar of pickles for you.
Nice.
Bill Curtis, and here is your host. At the Studebaker Theater at the Fine Arts Building in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Hey, Peter.
Thanks, everybody. Great to be with you. We have a great show for you today. But before we get to that, we are so happy to be able to report this news. This week, our beautiful home of Chicago, Illinois, was named the #1 big city by Condé Nast Traveler magazine. We're very proud. And even more incredible and more flattering, it was the same month that we were named the #1 big city to invade by National Guard Illustrated.
That's tough.
We're very proud. Later on, we're going to be talking to the musician who has made bagpipes hot again, Allie the Piper. But first, we want to hear you play something. So give us a call. The number is 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Let's welcome our first listener contestant. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, I'm Kimberly, and I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
Hey, Kimberly.
Hi,
what do you do there in
Kimberly.
Charleston?
I am an accounting professor.
A professor of accounting.
That's correct.
dear.
Yes.
Are more... hey, yeah.
Hey.
You think she can account for herself?
Here. I mean, I would hope she accounts for herself.
Well, you know what they say. There's no accounting for that.
There's no accounting for health, there's no accounting for taste. There's a lot of that. This is like 23 years old.
Okay.
Are more and more people interested in going into the very useful field of accounting?
Yeah. I'd like to say that the increase in enrollment is correlated with my employment at the university, but there's probably other stuff too.
Really? So it's possible
Spoken
that
like
the
an
people who
accountant.
might have had dreams of careers in, say, the arts are flocking to your university to study accounting because of your example.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And accounting is an art if
It
you
is.
have the right accountant.
Fair, yes.
Well done. Well, Kimberly, welcome to our show. Let me introduce you to our panel this week. First up, a comedian who will be headlining the Denver Comedy Works October 30th and November 1st. And will be at the Den Theater here in Chicago on November 15th. It's Hari Kondabolu.
Hey, Hari.
Next, she is a contributor to CBS Sunday Morning and host of the Audible original podcast, Envy Enlightened. It's our friend Faith Saley.
Hey,
Hi,
Faith.
Professor Kimberly.
And we are very excited that he is making his debut on our panel this week. You can see him in the paper on Peacock or see his one-man show, Just for Us, recorded and available on HBO Max. It is Alex Edelman.
Hey, Alex. Somebody was really excited for Alex there.
Yeah.
Well, Kimberly, welcome to the show. You're going to play Who's Bill this time. Bill Curtis is going to read you 3 quotations we found in this week's news. If you can correctly identify or explain 2 of them, you'll win our prize. Any voice from our show you might choose for your voicemail. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Your
Everybody
first
got
quote,
pens and
Kimberly,
paper?
is French President Emmanuel
Something
Macron.
like that.
We will recover the works, and the perpetrators will be brought to justice.
So, which
Yeah.
works have not been recovered and
Oh.
which perpetrators have not been brought to justice?
It
I
was
think they're
the
valuable
Napoleonic
jewels that
jewels.
used to be in the Louvre.
The
Yes,
Emperor's
the Louvre
jewels.
heist.
Okay.
Le heist, they say. So by now you have heard about, or perhaps you were lucky enough to be one of the thieves
Le
who stole
heist.
priceless jewels from the Louvre Museum in broad daylight early this week. The thieves, if you haven't seen this, it's amazing. The thieves dressed as construction workers. They used a ladder truck to get up to the right windows. They cut through them, grabbed the loot, and ran. It took less than 7 minutes, and they made off with $100 million worth of irreplaceable jewels.
They also dropped
took
the crown.
the Mona Lisa, but they
They
put it
dropped
back
the
after
crown.
realizing it was a little underwhelming.
Very funny.
On behalf of all the colonized countries whose gems were taken to make these jewels,
Side note, there was a second robbery.
Oh,
There was another museum that was robbed
yes.
during this week. And they
There
made off
was.
with a whole bunch. They made off with a whole bunch of gold coins.
I only vaguely heard about it, but yes, that did happen as well. I love that.
I have been seeing so many Pink Panther memes.
I know. It seems like the wrong time for Virginia Lottery to roll out the Pink Panther scratchers, doesn't it? Because I've seen Pink Panther commercials for those, oh, your timing is just wrong. You know that, right?
They're. I mean, I don't think they can do anything about the timing. Mm-mm.
No.
But so many Pink Panther memes, so many Inspector Clouseau pictures all over,
I'm not surprised.
and at least 3 different fake Facebook ads on Marketplace saying that someone is selling Granny's costume jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Of course. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by the fake Facebook ads. I'm a little. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's inevitable that somebody's gonna put up, try to scam, try to pull a scam using this as having happened, and they have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Like, we live in that era. But like, I am surprised. Like, I'm both not and am surprised by this.
It's how it goes.
Yeah, it is. It's
Unfortunately how it goes.
I think it's hilarious, is what I think, really. All right, back to the show.
I heard that it was actually a 60-second heist with a 6-minute cigarette break
Yes.
in the middle.
It's a union thing. You know what they're
It's
like.
a French thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what they were. They seem so brazen. Like it feels so French and audacious because you say 7 minutes like that's quick. That's a long time for a heist at 9:30 in the morning. I mean, the Louvre opens at 9. There were tourists watching them.
Wait, I didn't know that it was open. Gallery.
There were people watching them do this.
I would just love to be like, I don't get this performance art.
These French people.
It happens every Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning.
Well, what's funny is that you may be wondering, well, what about those museum guards? We see them in museums. Why didn't they stop it? Well, they were trained, the guards at the Louvre, they have been trained that if something happens, like...
What was that?
I said performance art burglary. That makes sense.
It does. And it's not like we haven't seen stuff like this in popular media. Didn't Nolan's Joker do something like that?
Well, not even that. In general advertising, because it was, I want to say Italy. Either Italy or England, where they hired a track star to grab a pair of shoes and run out of the store so that the guards could chase them and they could prove how much faster their sneakers made you.
Right.
We talked about that last year, right before the cheese heist.
Right. Cheese heist.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you remember these things, because I really don't. Until you bring them up, they are gone.
This is why you keep me around. I will remember all of the useless stuff.
Cheese heist.
Although, I'm not sure which is more funny, the cheese heist or robbing the Louvre in 6 minutes at 9 in the morning.
I mean... It really feels like such a movie thing. It does. Was it you or Peanut Gallery who sent me the meme about how now they're the lift company, the company that makes the lifts, used it as an advertisement?
That would have to be Peanut Gallery.
Yeah, somebody sent me a thing about how, like, now the lift company's using it as an advertisement. It's like, yeah, of course they are, because, duh.
I mean, it
That
shows how
tracks.
efficient their device is.
Right? You don't get much better advertising than that.
Free advertising.
Right.
Free international advertising.
I mean, our lifts are so smooth, so quick, and so efficient that you can pull off a robbery.
I mean, yeah. That is such really good advertising for them. And I'm glad that they are using it.
Like, now I kind of want one of their lifts. I don't need it, but I want it.
What?
I don't even have any, I don't have any heists to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
But, what the hell? Let's do this. All right.
I mean, you don't need to have a heist to pull off. It makes it more useful, but you don't need it. You could use it for, window washing and other mundane things, too.
Well, there are a bunch of trees that I do have to top.
Yeah. That would be useful for that.
Yeah.
Basic people smashing glass and breaking in. Their job is to get the visitors out of the way. So they all ran in the other direction with the visitors. And I guess nobody was hurt. That's good. But it's still a black eye that the thieves were able to pull off the heist, complete the headphone audio tour of the whole museum, and have a snack in the cafe before they made off with the Louvre. Kimberly, your next quote is the President of the United States.
Oh, my God.
When I hear the sound of construction, it
The
reminds
ballroom.
me of
East Wing.
President Trump was
East
enjoying
Wing.
the sound of construction where?
The White House.
Yes.
East Wing,
The-
specifically.
Yes, the White House. This week, without any warning at all, workers demolished the entire East Wing of the White House in order to build the president's new enormous ballroom. Oh, I
There's
see
no
some
permits
people
and
don't
no
like
permission.
fun.
Right?
But it is a little weird. It's like, okay, you're torn down this historical
No
structure, you're going to build this
permits.
enormous, and it's
That's
just a
what gets to
ballroom?
me.
I mean, man, get a lazy river in there. Are you dumb?
My guess is that the ballroom that goes up will be subtle and understated.
It was no, actually, he was
Understated is
showing off these
Mar-a-Lago.
renderings, and it is
Understated as Mar-a-Lago, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
large, and it is gilt, and a lot of people look at those renderings and they say, well, that's it's going to be just like the ballroom at Mar-a-Lago, but that's not true. Among many differences, Jeffrey Epstein won't be hanging out at this one.
You know,
This is a very controversial renovation.
It is.
And it's really the most controversial renovation since Bill Clinton asked for mirrors to be put on all the bedroom ceilings.
By the way, I don't understand this. He says it will have a capacity of 999 people, which is a weird number.
do you know what that number is?
What?
That's the number of ghosts in the Haunted Mansion in Disney World.
Oh my God!
It
we
is when you
discovered
go
it.
through, they say, we have 999, but there's room for one more. That's where he got it from.
I don't get
Wow.
that.
And J.D. Vance is standing outside going,
I
"You
don't-
mean me?" And they're all like, "No, sir."
No.
Kimberly, your last quote comes from
Yes.
When we were talking about all the things that happened last weekend, we did not touch upon the military parade that J.D. Vance was part of and almost not part of.
What's this now?
There was a military parade. They did
Okay.
a ceremonial firing of weapons. There was an accident, and one of the shells hit one of the unoccupied, fortunately at the time, cars in Vance's motorcade.
Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
So yeah, you had no kings on the 18th, and it was like the 19th. It was either later on the 18th or on the 19th, somewhere in there. You had this honor parade that almost honored him back into his couch's dreams.
Fatally. Yes. Ha 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 ha.
Yes,
Ha ha ha.
I thoroughly appreciated the
I do too.
but even more, I appreciate that even though there was an accident, no one was actually
No one was hurt.
hurt.
Yeah, that's good.
If there's going to be an accident and people hurt, I want the people responsible for the bad things to be hurt and not the innocent bystanders that are just trying to do their job.
Yeah, that's true too.
Anyway, back to the show.
Anyway.
actually from the documentation in a big legal indictment that dropped on Thursday.
Co-defendants include Big Bruce, Pookie, Sugar, Albanian Bruce,
the
wrestler,
It's the
Flappy,
NBA
and Spanish
mob
Cheese.
thing.
Oh yeah,
The sports betting mob
the sports
ring.
betting mob ring that got busted. Yeah.
FBI says that all those colorfully named people were part of a big illegal gambling ring involving what major sport?
Oh, basketball.
Yes, basketball. Very good. In the NBA, on Thursday, the FBI arrested 30 people in an alleged gambling ring that includes NBA stars and 4 New York City mafia families, which kind of explains why last season, in addition to all the usual ACL tears, there were all these players out for 3 games because they somehow broke both their legs?
Cash Patel looked shocked when he delivered the news, but he always kind of looks like that.
He does. Yeah.
I'm joking, Cash. Don't deport my family. Please.
What are the nicknames that you're? Because they sound like off-brand Looney Tunes.
All those nicknames, those were Big Bruce, Pookie Sugar, all those other ones, Albanian Bruce. Those were all like mafia guys
mobsters
who were involved in the scheme, right? They were hanging around. They were setting up the poker.
I like Albanian Bruce.
Albanian Bruce.
It sounds like what Melania does on vacation or something like
that. Bill, how did Kimberly do in our quiz?
She did great, Big Kimberly.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Albanian Kimberly.
The Albanian Kimberly. Kimberly, thank you so much for playing.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Albanian Kimberly.
The code names for the different operations they had.
Right now, panel, we have some
were
questions
as
for you.
terrible as ever.
Oh, yeah?
You had Operation Royal Flush, Operation Nothing But Bet, and Operation Zen Diagram. Not then, Zen. And the puns during the press conference were horrible. You and Peanut Gallery could have done so much better.
I'm glad that they leaned into the puns at least.
They did, but their delivery was so...
Wooden?
So cringy.
I mean, they're
it was a
not
case of-
comedians. They're FBI agents. They're not hired for their comic timing.
This is true. This is very true. But you and Peanut Gallery could have made the exact same puns and done so much better with them.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to know that I am above, that I'm better than good enough for government work.
Although I will note that the actual FBI agents still sounded a lot better than Cash Patel when he made puns.
Okay, see, it's really hard to have good comedic timing when you're that blasted on Yayo all the time. I feel like the reason Cash Patel always looks so surprised is because he's starting to figure out that the war on Venezuelan drugs is actually a war on cocaine, and he's gonna run out of his supply soon.
No. He's starting to figure out that if he goes in and takes over the processing plant in the name of stamping it out, then he will have all of the supply. And he's now surprised that this has never occurred to him before.
That does explain the half smile with that look of absolute surprise.
Yes. We're terrible.
We are.
Questions for you about the week's news. Alex.
Yes.
On Monday, Amazon Web Services went down, taking a lot of popular services around the world offline for a few hours, but it also caused massive and even dangerous malfunctions in some people's what?
Cars?
Titanic submersibles?
Planes.
I don't know.
Yeah, cars.
I hate when that
all the
happens.
people going down to the Titanic
Yeah.
in their private
Oh,
submersibles.
because
got in so much
GPS
trouble.
systems.
No.
The Alexas?
Yep.
Is it the Alexas?
No, not their Alexas. Another kind of smart device in their home. I'll give you a hint. It's terrible. Among other things, thousands of individual sleep numbers were revealed.
Their beds.
Their mattresses?
Close enough. They're beds. Yes, owners of high-end smart beds woke up on Monday morning to find their mattresses trying to kill them.
What? You're lying.
So these
no, you lie like a rug.
I'm not lying.
What did you say?
I said that's appropriate.
Right?
Scooching them like a taco?
Well, like on some of the beds, these are like motorized heated beds that you control with your phone.
God.
And on some of them, the heating elements were turned all the way up to maximum. On others were like suddenly moving and locking into the vertical position. Some of them it was both the heat and the vertical position, turning the beds into massive toasters with you as the bread.
That cannot be real.
It is real.
That's the most horrific dystopian way to die.
It really is.
If you get to heaven, they're like, "How were you killed?" And he's like, "Well, I put too much trust in Jeff Bezos."
Pretty much, yeah.
And my duvet strangled me.
Oh, that's awful.
Listener game, call 1-888-WAIT to play.
Morning. She's foraging with her friends for delicious egg. Learn more.
As a leading threat intelligence, recorded future. Get it all done. Get
Faith Seeley, Alex Edelman.
What were you going to say?
I really need to make a little swoop or something for taking scenes from The Tower for stories like this because it is so appropriate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's... Bed turned on them. That's horrible and yet hilarious.
When you discover you are no longer the couch potato.
You're now couch toast.
Yes.
I just... The thought of, like, my personal
we get the couches
effects.
to turn on dance.
Revenge. But that as a horror concept, you know, my personal effects turning on me is terrifying. Like, and I put so much trust in my bed. I literally sleep on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally. I don't know why I threw literally in there, but that's like, that is the largest, like, amount of trust. I'm at my most vulnerable in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for that item to turn on me, like, it's like if your toothbrush started trying to stab you while it was in your mouth.
Pretty much. It definitely has that air of danger, unexpected danger. Kind of like, did you ever see the Quick and the Dead with Sharon Stone?
Bits.
All right.
I'm sure I watched it all the way through once, but it was a long time ago.
There's a scene where she ends up sleeping over at the gunsmith's house. And when she wakes up, she's got a complaint that the bed is too hard.
Mm.
And he pulls up the bottom cover to show her why. He says, if I don't sleep on it, they'll steal it. And what she'd been sleeping on were like six or eight kegs of gunpowder.
I mean, it's better than sleeping on nitroglycerin.
True, but it's got that air of unexpected danger. It's like, bed was hard. Yeah, no wonders. Look at this. Oh.
Like, oh, yikes. That could have been horrifying.
Well, I'm glad I didn't smoke in bed.
Right? Yeah, there's that.
I'm glad that this wasn't crates of dynamite, which has, at that time, it had
nitroglycerin
and was extremely unstable.
Right.
But yeah, no, going to bed and being like, I'm just going to sleep. I'm having a very nice night. I am now having a nightmare about being trapped in a volcanic cave that's squishing me. And you wake up to your bed suddenly set to hot and squishing you, and you're like,
Yeah.
this is not okay.
No. That's terror.
Alex Edelman and Hari Kondabolu.
I hope that some enterprising horror writer is looking at the news today and going, hey, this is an idea.
You know, I'm sure they are. I'm sure someone's thinking of it.
Hello, and here again, your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you all so much. Right now, though, it is time for the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me Bluff the Listener game. Call 1-888 Wait, Wait to play our game in the air. How you are on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Chandriette calling from Crofton, Maryland.
Hey, Chandriette, what do you do there in Crofton, Maryland?
I'm a lawyer for the federal government.
Oh.
Hang up on her. Hang up. Sorry, I'm sure you're lovely.
You're a lawyer for the federal government.
Still employed.
Okay, so you're not too busy right now.
No, she just wrote a check for $230 million earlier today.
No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't her. That wasn't her. That wasn't her. Well, welcome to the show, Chandriette. You're going to play our game in which you must try to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what is Chandriette's topic?
I can't sleep.
People lose sleep for all sorts of reasons, as
Other
might
than
know.
their bed is trying
Anxiety,
to eat them.
too much coffee, the constant hammering from the construction of your new ballroom. This week we heard about somebody losing sleep for a
this
surprising
poor lady.
reason. Our panelists are going to tell you about it. Pick the real one.
I can't believe that she went ahead and took the call. I can't believe she took the call. I can't believe she is I can't believe that she is said what she does. Like, this is just like, oh, this feels so dangerous, lady. Why are you?
It does, but at the same time, I give her credit for owning up and saying, I am a lawyer for the federal government.
I mean...
And there could be, she could be with a part of the government that is not necessarily...
Right. She could be.
You know, she could be one of the state federal people that is sitting there trying to help toss out crud instead of make it have reality.
She could. But you notice they did not ask her any questions.
No, you don't. They're NPR. Why would they? They are. They have some sense about them.
Either that or that portion got edited out.
And that could be very, very much so. That they asked and she said, and they went, okay, we can't share this because we do not want to have issues with anybody.
Right. This just, yeah. There are so many reasons why it's just like, nope, we can't. Oh, so. But yeah, that. Wow.
I mean, it could also be that one of them was less than brilliant and said something.
It sounded like Hari was on the edge of saying some stuff right there.
Yeah.
Like that, you just wrote a check for $130 million. Like that is like, oh, and the fact that they aren't shying away from it, because he is making a joke about the ballroom now.
Yep.
So let's
see
where this goes.
Then you'll win the Wait Waiter of your choice on your voicemail. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
All right. First up, let's hear from Hari Kondabolu.
Several months ago, Sam Terry of Seattle woke up to a knocking sound coming from near his bedroom window. He discovered a rare Bernhard's woodpecker going ape on his house at 11 p.m. and continuing to do so until 7 a.m. Why a woodpecker would have a night shift of pecking is unknown, but it has kept Mr. Terry awake for months. I had tried everything to get rid of it. I said shoo. I said get. Like I said, I tried everything. Out of desperation, he put up a cardboard cutout of a hawk, a woodpecker predator, to scare away the bird. The woodpecker instead has fallen in love with the hawk and now pecks in a more frenetic sexual way. It's much worse, says Terry. Then he put up a bird feeder filled with seeds and peanuts to distract the woodpecker, but that just seems to make it stronger. I'd call this situation a nightmare, except then I'd actually be asleep.
A man with a woodpecker who simply will not stop pecking. Your next story of somebody tossing and turning comes from Faith Saley.
Recently, in Murcia, Spain, a woman named Juana called the police to report something terrifying. All night, a recording of children singing Happy Birthday, or Cumpleaños Feliz, had been emanating from the local school's PA system on a continuous loop at full volume.
I love
and the
that.
adorable, creepy voices were keeping the entire neighborhood awake. The song blasted through the town for 5 hours, which is 4 hours, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds longer than anyone wants to hear Happy Birthday. Juana finally phoned the police at 4:30 a.m. because she says she had a really bad headache. I told them to call the mayor or whoever, and the police officer who answered the phone started laughing, she explains. Indeed, a local firefighter named Paco reports, the call was treated as an emergency, but it's true, we were already laughing from the start. When the party poopers, fire brigade, arrived, they said it was like walking into a pitch black birthday party until they shut that creep show down. At least they got there before the kids' voices could start chanting, Seis, Siete.
A school in Spain broadcast a creepy version of Happy Birthday all night, keeping the entire neighborhood awake. Your last story of a sleepless night comes from Alex Edelman.
It was the latest salvo in a long-running dispute between Beverly Miller and Danica Conkle, both 47, both of Pawling, New York, and both the parents of teenage boys. Archer Conkle had taken up first chair in the Pawling Central High Kazoo Orchestra. Practice took place in the Conkles' garage post-dinner, and Beverly Miller, who works the early shift at one of Dutchess County's largest Christmas ornament stores, claimed it was preventing her from sleeping, causing her to miss work and lose income. Out of spite, the Conkles solicited kazooists from all over upstate, accruing the nation's third largest and one of its most in-tune kazoo orchestras. A return to small claims court seemed imminent, but in the nick of time, a video of the orchestra playing Radiohead's Fake Plastic Trees mashed up with Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah went semi-viral, and the 65-strong honking battalion is now touring sizable venues all across the lower 48. The neighbors have quashed their beef, and the Conkles can finally conk out.
All right, let me review your choices.
What was that?
How do you tune a kazoo?
I don't know. How do you tune a kazoo?
It's not a joke. This is a legitimate question. I have no clue.
You know, I have to imagine, though, that it's gonna be easier for you to tune a kazoo than it is for you to tune a fish.
I imagine so. Good Lord. I have
So
to say
somebody
A.
was kept.
I have to say A because I think I saw that article earlier this week.
Okay.
I'm saying A, but I really hope that it's C because I really want to have someone to ask about kazoo tuning.
Right. A was the creepy kids happy birthday.
Sorry. So I mean B, the woodpecker.
The woodpecker. You're going with the woodpecker.
Yes.
I want the creepy kids chorus to be true.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay,
so I'm going with that one.
All right, so we've got A, we've got B, and we're both hoping for the opposite ends to be true. Gotcha.
All night in the news. Was it from Harikunda Bolu, a guy whose war with a woodpecker?
Okay, yours
kept all
is
night,
A.
Ended up with him on the losing side.
No, mine
from
is
Faith
B.
Saley, a neighborhood in Spain.
Mine is B. The one A is the woodpecker. B is the kid's happy birthday.
Whichever one involves the woodpecker, that's the one I want.
Right. You're taking A. I'm taking B.
Whatever.
Cast a creepy version of children singing happy birthday over and over and over and over all night. Or from Alex Edelman, a complicated battle which ended up with the accidental creation of the most successful kazoo orchestra in America. Which of these was the real story of a loss of a good night's sleep?
I think because it's almost Halloween, which is also my mom's birthday, I'm going to go with the creepy singing children, so I'm going with Faith.
All right. You're going to choose Faith's story. Well, this is interesting. To bring you the real story, this is what kept people awake. That was just a tiny bit of the recording of Cumpleaños Feliz, in this case sung by Parquis, that played all night long in a town in Spain. Congratulations, Chandriette. You got it right. Faith was telling the truth. You have won.
Terrifying.
Thank you so much. This was a bucket list item, so I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you, Chandriette. Take care.
Bye.
Can't sleep. Still can't sleep.
And now the game we call Not My Job. Our guest today, Allie the Piper, was an award-winning bagpiper before she started putting out TikToks of her playing bagpipe covers of songs by bands like Metallica and Iron Maiden. And she won millions of fans, including Metallica and Iron Maiden. She's been called the most famous piper in the world, and she joins us now. Allie the Piper, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, thank you so much.
Hello, it's so good to see you. I mean, you are not, I think, what anybody would expect when somebody says, oh, we're going to go meet a bagpiper. Most people associate bagpipes with elderly Scottish men. You were born in 1995, and you took up the bagpipes when you were quite young. May I ask why?
Fair enough. It's actually a nice story. I wanted to ruin my brother's life before he went to college.
That's appropriate.
My stepdad legally adopted me when I was 12, and I got a hyphenated last name, which carried Duncan with it. That was my new one, and I wanted to learn more about my family's heritage and the history I was adopted into. And so I heard the bagpipes for the first time, and I couldn't figure out how they worked just by looking at them. I just became really obsessed with how they worked. It was the first time I'd seen an instrument so unique. It called to me, if you will.
I was reading about the bagpipe, and it seems like it's such a hard instrument to play that it takes months of practice when you start before you can even play a tune.
That's actually very true. I played for almost a year on a practice version of the instrument before I started playing the full loud bagpipe, but that's why everybody thinks they sound so bad, is because it's, beginners at full volume all the time.
Wow.
You know, you walk around, you just see so many people practicing the bagpipes at full volume.
Yeah.
What did your neighbors say?
Shut up.
Well, they all moved. No, fortunately, when you play indoors and just ruin your family's lives, your neighbors can't hear you too much outside. So I tried to do a lot of my practicing indoors, and then I would just more so go outside when
And all I hear
to play.
What was that?
I said indoor bagpipes. Woo!
Indoor bagpipes. Yeah.
To play outdoor.
And then you became, and I love this, you became part of and a champion in the youth competitive bagpipe circuit.
What a dark world.
It really is something. And all I hear about, like, youth competitive, the global youth competitive bagpipe circuit, and all I want to know is, what were the parties like?
Well, there weren't a lot of. There was one competitive youth bagpipe band here in the United States, and I was in it. But we went over to Scotland, and there were the rest of them.
And do you, when you compete, do you yell things like, "We blow, you suck"?
We had the T-shirts. We didn't yell that, though.
You did? Oh, my gosh.
I want to see the dance mom equivalent of like a bagpipe parent. Like, come on, lady. Like, you gotta. You know.
But I was actually thinking, like, you're the American team, the one American team. You show up to do this competition with all these Scottish teams. This is like a great Karate Kid-like movie, right? Where the underdogs from America co-op. I hope. Did you kick their asses, or whatever the bagpipe equivalent of ass kicking is?
We won the world championships.
Hey!
Oh, USA! USA! USA!
So, and that was great, and quite impressive. But you became famous. Your road to where you are now, let's say, started, if I'm right, during the pandemic when you started putting out videos on TikTok and elsewhere of you playing the bagpipes, and they went immediately viral. Do you remember, like, the first one and what your reaction was?
Yeah, well, it all happened by accident. I had all of my gigs canceled because of COVID. It happened to a lot of musicians, and it was really dark time for a lot of people. So I wanted to take to an app or an online platform where none of my friends were, so that I could kind of post anonymously but have some kind of encouragement or, you know, people to encourage me to keep doing it. So I posted on TikTok because none of my friends were there. And it backfired immediately because I posted one video, and that one video got 150,000 views that day, which means that my attempts at not being perceived really failed.
You have utterly failed in remaining anonymous. We will admit that. You did not know that there was this thirst out there.
That is a natural one on a stealth roll.
That is exactly what that is. By a bard.
By a bard.
There was this thirst out there for good bagpiping.
The people
Thirst
need
is
what
right.
they need.
That's
I
right.
think.
Now, I don't know what the first song was, but you became really well known for doing bagpipe covers or bagpipe versions of songs you would not associate with the bagpipe, including like Enter Sandman by Metallica. Is that right?
Yeah, I became really, really invested in transcribing guitar solos for the pipes.
Sure.
The big thing. So taking all of those big shreddy guitar solos that are just classic and we love them, and either really, really blowing people's minds or ruining these songs for people forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I posted a medley of a few of their songs because I'm a Metallica fan too.
Of course.
And I posted that on TikTok and kind of went about my day. And then a hate comment came in and it said, "Bagpipes do not belong in Metallica. James would not approve." And this commenter emphasized his seriousness with an angry emoji. So I really.
Well then.
I know. He's passionate. And so I left it alone and I let 5 minutes elapse. And then Metallica was there in the comments.
I love it.
They defended me against the hate commenter. They said that this guy doesn't speak for us. They told me to keep doing what I'm doing. And we chatted a little bit in the comments, and then this commenter decided to go after them.
No.
Seriously?
He turned on Metallica?
Yep.
No,
Dude.
one guy versus Metallica. And
Does no one remember what happened to Napster? I guess not, actually. They got so destroyed by Metallica that no one remembers what happened to Napster. Dude,
Well, nobody knows who Napster is now, so yeah.
don't mess with Metallica. It's like pissing off 50 Cent. Just not the one.
Yes?
Just don't do it. Just not the one.
No.
Nah.
versus
Yeah.
Metallica, and he did not.
What were you gonna say?
So yeah. All right. Aside from all of the hard work that she's put in and anything else, and the absolute nat one, which was probably compounded by another nat one, of remaining stealthy.
Right.
To have hit such a level without meaning to, that you see something mean and you walk away for a moment so you can come up with just the right thing to say, and then you turn around and you're like, well, I don't need to say anything now because someone much bigger than me has just beat me to it.
Right. It's, yeah. Or, you know, she may not have even been coming up with the right thing to say. She may just have been like, I'm gonna be chill and just let it go.
Entirely fair, but still, you know, to take a step back and turn around and be like, oh, something's got it.
But then for the guy to take a swing at
Metallica.
one of the most litigious rock bands ever.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And he did not live to tell the tale.
No, I was about to say. Well, Allie, it is a pleasure to talk to you. We have asked you here to play a game we're calling
Bagpiper Meet Piping Bag.
So you are a master of the bagpipes, as we have discussed. So we're going to ask you about people who use piping bags. That is, cake decorators. Answer 3 questions about unusual cakes. You will win our prize for one of our listeners. Bill, who is Allie the Piper playing for?
Drew Menning of Denver, Colorado.
All right, you ready to do this, Allie?
I won't let you down, Drew.
Okay. First question, the show Cake Box featured some amazingly realistic cakes over the years that it ran, including which of these? A cake Taylor Swift that can sing 4 of her biggest hits. B, a cake toilet that actually flushed. Or C, a street-legal Maserati sports car cake.
B. I'm going
The plushie. We're going with B.
It's the toilet. Yes, of course it is. The actual flushing cake toilet was made to celebrate the 100th anniversary of a local plumbing company. All right, that's very good. Here's your next question. People often order custom cakes to send a message, right? Like a Louisiana woman who did what in 2017? A, instead of leaving her money to any of her children, she just left them a cake saying, "Eat it." B, she sent a cake to the cop she had tried to bite with the message, "Sorry, I tried to bite you." Or C, she told her husband she wanted the divorce by smashing him in the face with their wedding cake, which she had kept in the freezer for that purpose for 12 years.
I'm going to have to go with A.
I'm afraid it was, "I'm sorry I tried to bite you." The woman had been, she was a college student, she had been overserved at a wine tasting, and she felt really bad about what she did when a police officer tried to arrest her for public intoxication. All right, here's your last question. This is okay, because if you get this right, you will win. Sometimes people who order custom cakes give the baker a flash drive containing the image they want on the cake. Now, that method doesn't always work, like when which of these actually happened? A, the baker just drew a frosting picture of the flash drive on the cake. B, the baker took a photograph of the flash drive and printed that onto the cake. Or C, the baker decorated the cake with the words, "Happy birthday, the picture is on the flash drive."
B.
I'm going with C.
Oh god, they're all really good. All right, let's go with C. This one's for Drew.
That's right, but in fact, all of them were.
Oh.
All of those. When people made the mistake of trying to give.
What was that?
I know I have seen pictures on Reddit of all of them at one point or another. So, I just picked one and hoped that was the one they went with.
Right. One of the rare cases where we gotta see all of the above.
Yeah.
I love those. We should have had that as all of the above. We really should have. But, because because intuitively they all felt right.
Yeah, you're correct.
Baker what they wanted on a flash drive. I do not recommend that. Bill, how did Allie the Piper do on our quiz?
Allie, when you get 2 out of 3, you have won. So you are now our favorite Piper.
Congratulations! Allie the Piper's new album, The Session, is out now, and you can see her on tour starting in just a little while. More information is at piperallie.com. Allie the Piper, thank you so much for joining us on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. Give it up for Allie the Piper right there.
At GMC, the all-electric Venture X business card.
From NPR and WWDTM Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis. We're playing this week with Alex Edelman, Hari Kondabolu, and Faith Seeley. And here again is your host at the Studebaker Theater in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks, everybody. In just a minute, the game ranked the Irishest part of our show for the 200th week running, the Listener Limerick Challenge. If you'd like to play, give us a call at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. Right now, panel, though, some more questions for you from the week's news. Faith, get your stopwatch ready, because according to a new survey, most people can only do what for about 3 hours?
Read?
Listen to their middle schooler listen to Hamilton. I need a hint.
I'll give you. This is why people generally do the Irish goodbye at around 2 hours, 50 minutes.
Be at a party. Be around
Yes,
people.
people can hang out with other people for, generally speaking, a maximum of 3 hours before they can't do it anymore.
That sounds about right. I never thought of it.
You think about it, you're like, yeah, even a good party. You're enjoying it. You're having a lovely time. About 3 hours, you're like, I gotta go home. Yeah.
And then there's always that one person who stays late when you invited people over, and you're like, sorry, Colin, I gotta unplug you.
So, Alex, you seem to be indicating that person is you. It's you, okay.
It's me.
So you're the guy who's at the party, and everybody else leaves, and you're hanging out there, and you're like, yeah, so anyway. So are you not aware? Because you seem to be now.
Oh, I'm aware, but for me, the party starts when people are upset that I'm there.
That's when the fun starts happening.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a party I was at for 2 weeks. It was
amazing.
Absolutely fantastic.
Wow. The study was conducted by the dating app Hinge, and they asked 10,000 people for what they thought about socializing, all these questions. And the author suggests that what people need to do is find your own social sweet spot, and that helps you decide when it's time to leave, right? So you just think about it for yourself. If you need external clues, I'd say it's probably whenever the conversation at gathering turns to TV shows. Nothing tells you it's time to go home like hearing, yeah, it's called The Diplomat, it's on Netflix.
You always want to leave them wanting more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hari, the Catholic Church of Kenya had to find a new brand of wine to use for communions at masses after a problem developed with the previous wine it was using. What was that problem?
It was too good.
Exactly.
What, for real?
Right. It was too good. People liked it too much. The Catholic Church of Kenya made the change after discovering that their official communion wine had become very popular in bars and restaurants. Right?
Oh.
And they're like, we can't have that. But didn't Jesus?
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip. Jesus was what his name was before he changed it to assimilate.
It was Jonathan Leibovitz, but now it's...
Exactly. But Jesus, I thought, wanted people to enjoy communion. He said, this is my body and this is my blood, which pairs wonderfully with my body.
Wait, so people are just drinking Jesus' blood all over
all
the
the
place?
time.
All
the church
over the place.
realized it was getting to be a problem when people would line up for communion. They're all in line there in church at Mass. And some people would turn and look at all the people behind them and say, hey, should we just get a bottle? Hari, officials in a town in the UK are asking people to please avoid swimming in their local river as it is currently, well, what?
Contaminated
it is
with
filled
snakes?
with poisonous fish.
No. I'll give you a hint. Think of getting like a perfectly made cappuccino.
It's filled with coffee?
No. The top of it, the top
like
of the river is covered with
foam.
Yes, it is covered in thick foam. What the BBC described as a large stretch of thick white foam appeared this week on the River Thet in Norwich, in England.
But does it have a design of like a maple leaf?
No, that would be
on
really
it?
cool. Or a heart. The river was completely covered with this opaque, foamy coating that looks really just like a bubble bath in a PG-13 movie, right? So officials told the locals, do not swim in the river and don't drink the river water either. Why did they have to say that? Were they constantly being approached by residents holding spoons saying, can I try the foam yet?
I do envision the meeting where they're like, no one can drink the river water, and everyone's got like foam mustaches. And they're like, I wasn't gonna drink it. Who's gonna drink it?
I'm gonna drink myself to death if it kills me.
Coming up, it's lightning on November 6th. And if you'd like to play on air, call or leave a message at 1-888-WAIT-WAIT. That's 1-888-924-8924. You can see us most weeks at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago, or catch us on the road. We will be in Costa Mesa, California on November 6th. And on Friday, November 7th, the very next night, you can catch our stand-up show, The Comedy Grab Bag, at Dynasty Typewriter in Los Angeles. Also, Slade will be hosting, and joined by some of our panelists and friends. There will even be some games and prizes for you, real prizes for once. Tickets and info about all our shows are at nprpresents.org. Hi, you're on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Hi, this is Beth from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, I love St. Louis. What do you do there?
I am a veterinary technologist.
A veterinary technologist. Do you enjoy that work? Do you have pets yourselves?
Yes, I tend to bring work home with me quite frequently. I have 3 dogs and 2 cats and a husband.
In that order. Beth, welcome to the show. Bill Curtis right here is going to read you 3 news-related limericks with a last word or phrase missing from each. If you can fill in that last word or phrase correctly, and 2 of the limericks will be a winner. You ready to go?
I'll do my best.
Okay, here's your first limerick.
Around hot people, I do not blush, and my insides don't turn into mush. I've lost the sensation of infatuation. It's years since I last had a
crush.
Yes, crush. Right, exactly. Well done. According to Newsweek, young people, quote, can't remember the last time they had a crush, with one person saying, quote, I don't even have celebrity crushes anymore. That's sad. It's because everybody's saying too much about themselves on social media. We know too much about them. Oh, he's so hot, but no, what's this? He's actually trying to get measles? We should clarify that having a crush is different than having feelings for someone. Feelings imply a future with that person and real-life consequences. A crush is, just the reason you keep going back to that one coffee shop just to hear him say, 1 vanilla frappuccino for Peter?
Okay.
I just thought losing crushes is just a natural part of life as you become number as you get older.
Well, I was wondering about this, because I'm pretty old and I'm pretty married, so I don't think I have crushes anymore. But
You can have platonic crushes, though. As you get older. You can just really find yourself super
I get crushes.
attracted to someone who's...
I have so many crushes.
You could just be like, oh my gosh, you're fantastic. I just discovered you.
I have crushes on like everybody.
What do you think it is?
I just think, I don't know. Like a crush always feels like it's more intense. You can't get your mind off the person. You feel
you go out of your way to see them.
See them. You put poetry in all the margins of your math
That's
notebook.
the beginnings of this obsession.
And she never sees you, and she never sees you, and it doesn't make sense because you gave her flowers, and there was no reason to give her flowers, but it just felt appropriate at the time, and all you do is
wow, Mari.
I just don't.
I feel like you were spying on me.
You know what I mean, Peter?
This whole time. Like, I need you to get out of my diary,
All right,
Hari.
here is your next limerick.
This old outhouse we once used so well now has 2-bedroom suites with no smell. Our underground rooms don't release any fumes. It's a luxury boutique.
Hotel?
Hotel,
yes.
How about that?
The Netty is a posh boutique hotel in Oxford in the UK that was once a public restroom. It's for anyone who's used a public toilet that's had the thought, I wish I could put my toothbrush somewhere down around here. hotel looks really nice on the website. It looks amazing, and they got all the modern amenities.
No.
And then there are only 2 suites. There's they only take 2 rooms out of it. So basically, if you go to this place that used to be a public restroom, you can check into number 1 or number 2. Beth, here is your last limerick.
As the racers who went round the track heard, it's not dumb, it's a new workout hack, nerd. I break forwards curse, shift my legs in reverse.
Backward.
I get stronger by just walking.
Backwards?
Backward,
Got it.
yes. Backwards walking and running is the new health trend. Exercise experts say backwards walking increases hamstring flexibility and stimulates underused muscles, while backwards experts say muscles underused stimulates and flexibility hamstring increases. Bill, how did Beth do in our quiz?
She ripped him right down the middle. Good going, Beth.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Support for NPR and the following message come from Rosetta Stone, the perfect app to achieve your language learning goals no matter how busy your schedule gets. It's designed to maximize
got
study
13
time with
going
immersive
in.
10-minute lessons and audio flash ensures in
I've got 11.
Now on to our final game, Lightning Fill in the Blank. Each of our
Okay.
players will have 60 seconds in which to answer as many fill in the blank questions as they can. Each correct answer now worth 2 points. Bill, can you give us the scores?
Ari and Faith each have 3. Alex has 2.
All right, Alex, you're in second place, so you're up first. The clock will start when I begin your first question. Fill in the blank. On Wednesday, the White House announced new sanctions against 2 of blank's largest oil companies.
Russia.
Russia.
Yes, this week, Israel's parliament voted in favor of annexing the blank.
West Bank.
Right. On Tuesday, Japan elected the first female blank in their country's history.
Prime Minister?
Astronaut. Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, yes, saying, quote, America needs us. The original founders of blank vowed to bring that company back from bankruptcy.
Indian motorcycles?
No, Hooters. Starting November 1st, blank athletes will be allowed to bet on professional sports.
Esports.
NBA?
No, college athletes. This
Great.
week, a woman in China went viral after security footage caught her blanking after doing sit-ups at the gym.
Farting?
No. Falling
Moving on the
asleep
floor?
for 3 hours. So security
Sounds like a good
footage
plan.
caught the woman. She comes in, she sits down on the mat, she does a few sit-ups, and then she curls up in the mat and immediately falls asleep. Other people enter and leave, and this is totally true. At one point, a gym employee comes over and puts another mat on top of her, like a blankie.
Aww.
The woman says it was an accident, but I have my doubts, especially because the video shows her pulling out a stuffed animal and telling it to spot her. Bill, how did Alex do in our quiz?
Not great.
You got 3 right. That's 6 more
Not
points.
great.
You have a total now of 8, and you're in the lead.
All right.
All right.
Let's arbitrarily choose Hari to go next. You're up, fill in the blank. On Thursday, a judge extended the block on blank troops being deployed in Chicago.
National Guard.
National Guard.
U.S. military.
I'll give it to you, National Guard. On Tuesday, President Trump said he might seek $230 million from the blank for their past investigations into him.
Pentagon.
No, actually, the Justice Department.
DOJ.
On Thursday, King Charles met with blank at the Vatican. The Pope, right. This week, a woman in South Korea accidentally set her apartment building on fire when she blanked.
When she
Knocked over a candle?
left her stove on for too long.
When she tried to kill a cockroach with a blowtorch.
Okay, that's valid.
On Tuesday, New Delhi was named the city with the world's worst blank quality.
Air quality.
Air.
Right. On
Air
Thursday,
quality.
musicians and actors reached a deal with producers to avoid a strike on blank.
TV.
Voice
No, on
acting?
Broadway. This week, Lay's potato chips announced a massive rebranding after it was revealed that 42% of consumers did not know blank.
What was in them?
Exactly right. They did not know that potato chips were made from potatoes.
What?
Lay's announced a branding overhaul. In addition to removing all artificial dyes and flavors, they're updating their bags to include big pictures of a potato. Following suit, Doritos announced that their new bags will feature a bunch of question marks and the words, "Your guess is as good as ours." Bill, how did Hari do in our quiz?
Well, he got 4 right, 8 more points. Total of 11 puts him in the lead.
Woo.
All right. Okay.
All right. How many then does Faith need to win?
4 to tie, 5 to win.
All right, here we go, Faith. This is for the game. On Wednesday, Zoran Mandani, Curtis Sliwa, and Andrew Cuomo faced off in the final debate for mayor of blank.
New York.
Right. On Tuesday, a Russian attack left parts of blank without power.
Ukraine.
Kiev.
Right. This week, the U.S. conducted 2 more strikes against 2 more blanks alleged to be carrying drugs.
Boats.
Right. According to new data, new cases of blank flu have affected over 7 million animals.
Avian.
Bird flu?
Right. This week, a heavily used mountain pass near Telluride, Colorado, was blocked by a stuck blank.
Moose.
No, a stuck Kia Telluride.
Something that.
On Tuesday, officials in Iceland noted the first confirmed sighting of blanks in the wild on that island.
Mosquitoes.
Yes, on Thursday, Meta announced it was cutting 600 jobs from its blank division.
AI.
Facebook.
HR?
AI. This week, a new program was introduced in China that would require people to watch an ad before they could get blank.
Toilet paper.
Get.
Life-save.
Get married.
Emergency
No,
services.
before they could get toilet paper in a public restroom. The new program, which is in early stages, installs dispensers with QR codes into public restrooms, and before you can get any toilet paper out of them, you have to scan the code and watch an ad.
Yep.
Even worse,
Wow.
every ad features those bears that are obsessed with talking about how clean their butts are. Bill, did Faith do well enough to win?
Well, she got 5 right. It gives her 10 more points. 13 squeaks out a win for
Yay,
Faith.
there you go. In just a minute, we're going to ask our panelists to predict what will be the next great, exciting heist. But first, let me tell you that Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is a production of NPR and WBEZ Chicago in association with Urgent Haircut Productions, Doug Berman, Benevolent Overlord. Philip Gotica writes our limericks. Our public address announcer is Paul Friedman. Our tour manager is Shayna Donald. Thanks to the staff and crew at the Studebaker Theater here in Chicago. BJ Liederman composed our theme. Our program is produced by Jennifer Mills, Miles Dornbos, and Lillian King. Special thanks this week to Vinnie Thomas and Monica Hickey. Peter Gwynn is our cake boss. Emma Choi is our visual host. Technical direction is from Lorna White. Our CFO is Colin Miller. Our production manager is Robert Newhouse. Our senior producer is Ian Shillog. And the executive producer of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is Mike Danforth. Now, panel, what will be the next big heist that will capture our imaginations? Hari Kondabolu.
An Andy Warhol painting of a Campbell's soup can will be stolen and replaced by a painting of a Progresso soup can.
An actual cake
Faith
from
Saley.
Cake Boss.
Trump is going to steal
Yes.
Pete Hegseth's hair oil for the new East Wing Ballroom slip and slide.
And Alex Edelman.
Someone is going to have to steal the Bill of Rights to see if we can get 1 or 2 of the things in there back.
Well, if any of that happens, panel, we're going to ask you about it on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Thank you, Bill Curtis. Thanks also to Hari Kondabolu, Faith Saley. Congratulations to Alex Edelman on a great debut in our show. Thanks to our fabulous audience here at the Studebaker Theater in the beautiful and placid city of Chicago, Illinois. Thanks to you all for listening wherever you might be. I'm Peter Sagal. We'll see you next week.
Da, 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 da. Bring, bring.
This is NPR.
This message comes from...
All right, so I got 31 points. I am assuming
So do I.
you beat. Oh, you got 31 as well. We tied.
You had more going into the round. Into the speed round.
Okay. And
So I got like one question. I got the last question, which you did not get.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you got a few. There were a few on the speed round that you got that I didn't get.
But there were a lot more that you got that I didn't get.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't catch that.
The first round, I got like one. With the first person, I got one question out of that set.
Oh, yeah. I got almost everything in the regular show correct.
Yeah.
I got almost every single point there. I think there were maybe 1 or 2 things from headlines this week that I didn't get correct.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that,
Yeah. So we have tied.
we have tied. It is.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, a rare occurrence, a tie. Well, thank you for being here, Kat. Thank you, Pink Corgi and Corgi Puppy, if you can hear me. Thank you, Just Me Crystal, for being here. Thank you, all of you lurkers. Stick around for the raid. We will be raiding out to the Sunday No Pants raid train. I'm not exactly sure who is. Is it still JB? It is still JB, although I believe that Margarita Mel will actually be who we will be raiding out to. I have a feeling that she's going to be
the next person in the raid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we might get out of here quick enough to get to JB 1200. In any case, thank you everybody for being here. And now is the time on the show when I say, as they say around here, as they say around here, 2 up, 2 down, VA, double deuces. We are out, y'all.
Dieser Elektronik- oder Technologie